Yeah, hello and welcome to another MCO market update on Bitcoin. I'm here on the daily time frame, and we can see that the market has started something that could indeed be the wave 4 bounce that we've been watching for over the last few days. The idea was already on Friday that we could have formed a low, and so far the market is following that interpretation. So it means we could indeed have started this wave 4 bounce that we expected to start on Friday. Market moved up a little bit over the weekend, right? And indeed, we might have started this A wave of wave 4. I just want to start here on the daily time frame just to remind you all of the relevant levels, especially here on the daily time frame. The next bounce is seen as a wave 4. And I'm tracking this as an ABC structure. So that's, a wave 4 is typically a counter trend move. Well, not typically, it is a counter trend move, but a counter trend move usually unfolds as an ABC structure. Could also be something more complex, like, for example, a WXY pattern. But here in this case, I'm just simply tracking it as a normal ABC structure. That's just the reason this is the most probable corrective pattern that exists. And if the market tells us something different is playing out, we can always adjust the structure. But usually it doesn't have an impact on the parameters. So these are the parameters. Someone asked me earlier today in our membership area why the resistance parameters for wave 4 are defined here between the 38.2 and the 61.8 retracement levels. Well, typically the wave 4 resistances are not stretching to the 61.8 fib. However, that's only true for impulsive waves, okay? So if the move to the downside was an impulse, which means it's the strongest form of a trend, I don't want to get too technical here, but it's the strongest form of a trend, then the wave 4 shouldn't break above the 50% retracement. I can't remember I ever saw a wave 4 that really broke beyond that, right? And then still followed the pathway down. If that happens, the structure is typically a diagonal pattern. So that's why, and we already see that it's likely a diagonal pattern. It has to do with the subwaves. Diagonals are less strong. Now that might seem strange because it was quite a strong move down, but a diagonal pattern still allows for impulses in the subwaves, for example, in the wave C. Yeah, that can be an impulse, or even the A wave. But what I want to highlight here is we just have to give it more room to bounce in a diagonal pattern. And the subwave structures in the move down, they basically tell me that there's a good likelihood of a larger bounce. So we want to give it more room. I just want to show these parameters. Doesn't mean it's a target. It's simply resistance. So we have to be aware that this is a standard resistance area for a wave 4. And so overall, over the next 1 or 2 weeks, this ideally would play out. Now, could we break out even higher? Could we break out to new highs? Could we break above that resistance area and go to new all-time highs? Yeah, it's possible. It's absolutely possible. There are ways even for the price to overshoot in a B wave. But let's first see how the market reacts to the first resistance area. Let's first see if we can get there even. And then we have to pay close attention to that resistance area, all right? Now, I'd say once this wave 4 is over, then we have to be ready for a 5th wave down. It's, I'm not going to predict that, but it's going to be, it depends on how we react to resistance. So stay in the moment, okay? Nobody's got nobody's a prophet here, but we can identify the parameters and the trend. The trend is still down as long as we stay below $101,183. Now let's take a look at the shorter time frame. Also, in case you missed it, we have our Black Friday week offer running this week. So during Black Friday season, if you're interested to join the MCO family, feel free to do so. There's a link in the comment section that takes you to our website. And on top of the normal discount that you get for the annual membership anyway, because already discounted usually, during the Black Friday offer, you get another 20% off. We only do this once a year, so feel free to check it out if you're interested. As a member, you get access to our member live streams, member-only videos. For example, today I uploaded Sui for members. You get access to live updates on Discord as a gold member, our TradingView live charts. There's an Elliott Wave course. There's a risk management course. There's access to our chat room. You can ask questions. I'll be there. And, all sorts of extra updates for gold and silver. Some stocks are included as well. Just lots of stuff. Feel free to check it out. And the most valuable part is to connect with the community anyway and become part of the family. So yeah, check it out if you're interested. We'd love to see you there. And this is the smaller time frame. Now, I shared with you in the previous video that I introduced an alternative perspective in green, and I will leave the support area unchanged. I will adjust it very slightly just to today's high, but this is basically the resistance area, support area, which is now relevant. Now the price moved into the target area. This was the target that we defined already last week, over the weekend, the 100% extension. So the idea was ABC, maybe we could get to that 100% extension target, and we did that today. And well, in the orange count, the A wave already topped here on the 23rd on Sunday. This was a B wave pullback. We're now in a C wave, and we could do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, could go take the direct route higher. Whereas in the green count, and I just introduced that because it also works well in terms of proportions, the A wave might have topped here, potentially even as a 5-wave move. And now we could be in a B wave, and then we could start again. So at the moment, both of these wave counts are kind of aligned. At the moment, it's not clear if it's orange or green, but I'm focusing on higher for both of these, in both of these scenarios. Once I see a confirmed low, I'll of course let you know. You'll get the updates first on Discord, but I think we need to be ready that the market might start a B wave pullback. It's just something to watch for. Just prepare for it. As I said, we can't really distinguish between these two potentials right now, but in the green count, we could re-enter the lower support area, whereas, I'm going to remove that. Whereas in the orange count, we could take the direct route. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, once the initial pullback is done and the bounce starts, if it's only a corrective bounce, we form a lower high, it's likely the green count. If we break out directly, it's the orange count. So at the moment, I think we could go a little lower potentially here. I'm going to remove what we don't need anymore here. Could potentially go a little lower. And both important is in both counts, I'm tracking higher in a wave 4. So I think the next sessions will decide whether we are in the orange or the green count. And we will probably not know the answer until we see this initial bounce. The structure of this bounce once this initial pullback, whether it's the green A wave or the orange 2, is complete. So that's the update on Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, then check out our X channel as well for additional updates, charts, news, much more. This update was uploaded first on X as well, by the way. So sometimes you get the updates there first. I'll leave a link also in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.